The phenomenon when the water turns red is called red tide and is caused by the reproduction of unicellular organisms dinoflagellates. They also cause the water to glow at night. Very beautiful, but dangerous. Red tide dinoflagellates staining the water. Among the dangerous aquatic creatures, you should be wary of sea wasp. Its venom causes paralysis of the heart muscle, which takes from 30 seconds to a couple of minutes. Another representative of Cubometus chiropropsalmus is slightly less poisonous than its counterpart. However, it is still extremely dangerous. It takes less than 8 minutes of venom action from the moment of bite to death. Corals can also be poisonous, but even non-poisonous species can leave a cut that takes a long time to heal and can easily turn into a septic ulcer. The venom properties of the jellyfish Physalis, or Portuguese shipwreck, are quite long-lasting. If dried tentacles are stored in the refrigerator, they retain their toxic properties for almost 6 years. The length of octopus tentacles can reach 7.5 to 9 meters. It is also worth noting the development of the nervous system of octopuses. These creatures are intelligent, and they easily develop a reflex. Known cases where biologists studying the capabilities of these animals, it is easy to achieve their appearance by feeding fish. In this case, the octopus even showed a certain friendliness to humans, but these were not too large specimens. In tropical waters there are squids, tentacles which reach 18 meters in length. These animals are capable of speeds up to 55 km/h. Sea urchins are highly sensitive and capable of rapid response to stimulus. Of course, the animals themselves are slow, but their protection is not in the speed, but in numerous needles covering the body. The needles are immediately directed in the direction of the irritant, which can be an unexpected, caused by something strong movement of water or a shadow of a person accidentally falling on the animal. Starfish can go without water for several hours after being thrown ashore. They also have the ability to regenerate, i.e., they regenerate torn sections of rays relatively quickly. The most dangerous starfish is the crown of thorns. Sea snakes, despite their venomous nature, are used as food. Dishes from sea snakes are prepared in Indonesia, where there are a lot of these animals, and in the Philippines, where sea snakes are exported to Japan, where they are considered a delicacy and are eaten fried or smoked. It is worth noting that the venom of sea snakes can be 50 times more dangerous than the venom of king cobra. Known to many, the black widow spider, or caracord, is extremely dangerous, but not many people know that only females of this species are poisonous. During the breeding season, clusters of cutthroat spiders can be huge. Being on the Caspian seashore in the post-migration period for the cutthroats, scientists noticed that all the grass in the steppe was covered with web of cutthroats for tens of kilometers, so many of them could gather in one place. The properties of bony fish allow them to withstand great water pressure. Their body tissues acquire a special structure. The weak development of the skeleton and musculature protects them from being crushed by water. The tissues of deep-sea fish become permeable, and because of this the pressure inside the fish body is the same as Y environment. The warthog, or stonefish of the family Cynensia, is the most poisonous fish in the world. Warthog fish are highly prized in Japan as a delicacy. They are prepared and served in special restaurants by specially trained chefs. Fugu is carefully processed, but in spite of this, cases of poisoning with this fish are frequent in Japan. The most poisonous in fugu are the ovaries, liver, and blood. The stingray sea cat, European caugeon, Dasyatus pastinaca, is the real death with a smile, although, of course, the funny faces are nothing more than a pattern on the underside of the body, characteristic of the species as a whole. 2/3 of all known shark attacks, not counting shipwrecks, occur in shallow waters, sometimes 1.5 m deep, mostly in warm and hot regions of the planet. Shark species and interesting facts about the animals. The zebra fish, or striped wing shark, lat. Pterois volitans, contains poison in the spines. When such a spine enters the body, there is a release of toxin. Dragons are not only the stuff of legend. At least there are sea dragons. These poisonous fish are small but poisonous. After about 30 minutes of being hit by the poison, the pain becomes so severe that a person can lose consciousness. Sea dragons, small but poisonous and dangerous fish. Unusual toadfish look like experimental creatures that justify their name. Toadfish externally clearly bear a resemblance to their amphibious species. Not only can starfish be human, they can also be bottom fish. Apparently, these fish got their name for the location of their eyes, the look of which is directed upwards, to the stars. The poisonous nature of the tarantula is extremely exaggerated. Its venom is unlikely to cause human death. By the way, the habitat of the spider is very wide. There are even species that live in the Arctic. The scorpion in a waterless area gets the water it needs from the prey it eats. Bees have learned to kill hornets that attack their dwellings, although it has taken a long time. The fact is that the bee is not able to do much damage to the hornet, often it cannot even sting the insect through its tough chitinous cover. Such an adversary could destroy a whole hive of helpless bees. Therefore, they began to swarm the insect, thereby raising its body temperature to a critical level. Through multiple victims, the enormous wasp ceased to be an invincible opponent for the beehive.